Good evening, everyone. Along with Eddie Olczyk, I'm Mike Emmerich, and a thrill tonight, it always is, when you get a chance to see the #1 point getter in the entire league.
It's going to get a lot of attention, Doc, because when you are leading the league in scoring, you're going to see the other team's top defensive players.
We direct our attention to the nets and the starting goalies. This man's the starter tonight as the season rolls on. So many hours with the goalie coach, and it's worked for him and for the home team. Holtby's the man at the other end of the ice for the Capitals. That's not a good goals against average, but the fans are saying, hey, it's a team sport, and his teammates have let him down. Regardless of that, it must come down. Oh, she's a starter here. That means he is expected to set the tempo. Calgary's got the puck, and they get to make the first play. Back in his defensive end to get it. Steps between the circles. They score! Wow, that's getting on the board fast. Flames strike first.
Just like the coach drew it up, get off to a good start.
Calgary's got it off the draw at center.
Scored by number 7. Time of the goal, 41 seconds.
Scorches one off his pad. And that shot missed. A shot. Score! The Flames from the neutral zone start to work.
By number 12, Tyler Ennis. Assisted by number 6.
And the possession taken by Beagle.
Fairland. And by number 7. Time of the goal, 1 minute.
Hammered.
42
Score!
seconds.
That's 3 unanswered goals. A little under 3 minutes gone. Calgary's widened the margin even more with that recent goal. They're up by 3. Gets that return pass.
Allman. Assisted by number 18.
The play to be made now by Kane. Cruises to the slot. Lets it fly. Score! 4 unanswered goals. Calgary's got that neutral zone faceoff.
Scored by number 27.
The Capitals in possession through center. Nice play with the stick. Nothing more will come. And he motors on through the neutral zone. What a ripper! He scores! Second of the game. What a performance.
Killorn's slap shot goal would have been pulled over for speeding.
Holtby's in the default butterfly position, but he doesn't cover the net. There's still room there.
Goalie to the bench, substitution made.
The Capitals are trying to change momentum here. Their starter had just a rotten night in goal. They'll get the backup in there.
Calgary's got another face-off win.
Scored by number 27.
Drilled, saved, but just barely.
Time of the goal, 4 minutes, 45
Picks it up in his own end. Calgary's looking to head man up the wing. Oh, here's a wrister. Wrister! Score!
The goalie was surprised at how quick that snapshot got on him.
I think he believes he's got the whole net covered, Eddie, but he's left open the low stick side, beaten pretty cleanly.
Solid win at center ice. Now what?
Scored by number 26.
He's in his own end of the ice now. And what's up?
Assisted by number
Looks ahead
13,
to start something.
Turner.
It's a 3-on-2. How will they defend
And by
this?
number 18, Patrick.
Forcing attention in deep.
Time of the goal.
Goes
6
back a little
minutes,
further.
30
Wants to
seconds.
get something regenerated, but from his own end of the ice. The Flames are moving the puck in their own end. Moving well with it in their own end. Still has it in neutral ice. It's an odd man rush. It's a 3-on-2. And he retreats back with the puck. Dropped on back further. Corralled by Fleury. Has gone back into his own end. And possession in neutral ice by Oshie. He'd given a pass, now he gets one. Great save!
An unbelievable stop from a high-scoring area.
The Flames lug the puck in their own end. Decides the better of it and will wait for now. Hammered, and he's tripped, and there'll be a penalty. The Capitals are boxed on a tripping minor. Calgary's initial attempt on the power play. Good clean win on the draw. Score! A power play goal!
We're so far up here, Doc. I'm not sure if that puck got deflected. Let's go down the rate and see what he saw at ice level.
Not only was the puck deflected, Enzo, it's through traffic as well. You're going to see on the replay that the goaltender's fighting the traffic. He's got to get into position for it. Right when he thinks he's got the puck at him, the puck changes directions. He just can't catch up.
The Flames setting things up in their own end.
By number 15,
right in front.
Assisted by number 14, Chris Tanev. And by number 5,
and he drops on back and gets some help.
Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 29
Circles on
seconds.
back with it. And he will go back with this one. A backhand shot and another strong save. Got in the way of that one. Propelled to Like. Swept on to Sutter. Hatchets one. The Flames with possession in their own end. Keeps it going through the neutral zone. It's a 3-on-2 as they move in. On through the corner. Keeps it going back behind the net. Heads on to the corner. Sets up shop. Moves to the corner. Forcing attention in deep. Keeps it going behind the goalie. Forcing the goalie to crane left and then right. Heads on behind. Nearing the final minute. Behind the net. On through the corner.
In the first period.
Heads on to the corner. Moves to the corner. Keeps it going back behind the net. Sets up shop. Forcing attention in deep. The first period has come to a close in a high-scoring game for one team. Take a look at the shots on goal, a lopsided total. 11 for Calgary and 1 for Washington. Period number 2 is oh, that's a great save by Price.
That's a prime scoring area. What a save.
Score! Calgary is just continuing to hammer away on the shot board, enormous, and the score is large. Scooped up by Fleury.
Scored by number
Hammers
4.
one. Score! The Flames have built an enormous lead, and we're still in the second period. Calgary's prevailed again on the face-off in the neutral zone. The Flames have it in their own end.
By number 17,
he drops on back further. What do you think he's thinking? Pressing on with it out of their own end. Back in his defensive end to get it. Pressing on with it in center ice. Decides to get himself a little more room, hoping to recoil back in his own end. Calgary's carrying it in their own end. Can't seem to find a play there, so he'll go back and reset. In the defensive zone, heads up, and he's carrying it. Out of his own end, he still has control. Decides to go back into his own end to get something started. Goes back into his own end of the ice to see how things are developing. Picks it up in his own end. Calgary's in their own end and in control of the puck. Shooting! Score! He's got his second of the game. Calgary's got a large lead in this game. Let's see if they can build on it or whether they'll start to get conservative.
Calgary goal. Scored by
Keeps it going through center. Gets across, looks over his options. Great scoring chance here.
And by number 7.
In all alone. Marvelous save. Didn't buy what he was selling. Shot on goal. Score! Calgary's got an enormous lead, and it's in the second period. Hopefully, they don't go daydreaming now. Face-off win, and now what will they do with it? Moving along in their own end. Calgary's controlling play through center.
Time of the goal, 6 minutes, 11 seconds.
Does a pivot and heads back, at least for now. Turning on back just like they did in practice. This is a game still on the move out of their own end. Up the wing, moving along. And they've got a 3-on-2 here. Out in the slot. He's in retreat now in his defensive zone. He goes back into his own end. Keeps it going in the defensive zone. Thinking maybe his goalie's got a better idea. Closer to him now. Waiting behind his own goal to start it out. Just like in practice. In their own end, moving along. Oh, and here's a 3-on-2. He heads right for the net. And he'll curl back and look for help. Hoping for better things if he turns back. Continues in their own end. Through the neutral zone, he continues. Onside. On through the corner. Curls on back and readies an attack. Will turn back into his own end and look over his options. Hanging on to it through center. Continues on back a little farther. He's turned back now to the defensive zone. Out of his own end, he still has possession. Possession still as he moves in the defensive zone. They battle on up the wing. It's a 3-on-2. How will they defend this? Decides to go back and see if his goalie's got any better ideas. Up the boards, head up as he carries it. Terrific glove save, but it's loose. Pitching it to Wilson. Enormous hit.
Oh, he's been looking for that hit all night.
Calgary's in their own end and controlling play now. Neutral zone carry. Score!
Well, he had a lot of time and space there to let that wicked shot go from far out. That is a heavyweight shot.
Enzo, he looks like he's in pretty good positioning here, but he's not able to get his glove low enough to snap this one up.
Passing one off now to Scarbosa. Great grab. Gets play stopped.
Assisted by number 13, Turner.
Just a bit under 5 minutes to be played in the second. The Flames offense has exploded. This is a full-scale blowout. Save. Blocked that one. A whistle and a rest. Face-off win here. That one is pointed to him. On to Scarbosa. Hammered. Score! Calgary's getting a larger and larger lead as the second period gets shorter and shorter. And a full third period and a chance to enlarge it. Washington's in possession as they travel in their own end. And the puck is seized by Light. One of the great things about this sport is watching two big guys collide.
The glass is going to rattle there, boys. That's a big hit along the boards.
19 seconds.
Decides to drop back a bit here. Calgary starting back in their own end. Decides to go back to his own end to try and get out. Got that pass up the same side of the ice. Players tired, about to get a rest. Seconds to play here, still in the second period. Calgary's continuing to probe up the wing. Decides to drop back a bit and look it over. Looking for some help back in his own end. Moving it now in the defensive zone. And he continues with it in his own end. Up the wing, driving on. Goes to the backhand. 40 minutes have been played here, and still more to go. A well-deserved rest is at hand.
Look for our food donation boxes.
Third period about to begin. The rear view mirror will help us with the first two, and so will Edzo.
Calgary's up, Doc, here with a pretty solid lead, but they know that their opponent's going to come after them. So let's see how they play it. Will they be defensive first or look to add to the lead that they have?
Making headway through the neutral zone. Drives to the crease. And goes back a little further, hoping to gain ground. Calgary's on the move in their own end. Retreats into the defensive zone. In his own end, possession still. In the defensive zone, making headway. Still with it through neutral ice. Goes back a little further. He drives toward the slot. Fires! Score! He's got his second. Calgary's goal has taken them to an even larger lead on a night that they have had the offense going. Third period of play. Drilled.
Assisted by number 17.
With a blast. He scores! Second of the game. What a performance. Calgary's goal has built an even bigger lead. We're in the third period. For the opposition, at least that is fortunate.
Scored by number 5, Cody.
A shot. Score! Calgary's goal has taken them to an even larger lead on a night that they have had the offense going. Third period of play. Snapping a pass to Kane. Decides to give up ground and able to gain some. He retreats now, getting back to his own end.
Time of the goal.
Dropped on back further.
27 seconds.
Still has it in neutral ice. It's an odd man rush. It's a 3-on-2. Decides to skate it back toward his own end. He drops on back further. What do you think he's thinking? Calgary's in their own end, setting things up. And it's returned again to Myers. Gives it away and gets it back. To Alsner. Slid to Colburn. Long lead pass to Williams. Looks ahead to start something. The Flames lug that along in the defensive zone. And he continues through center ice. And he goes into semi-Beauregard's retreat. Remember the Civil War? No? And he carries it in the defensive zone. And he'll continue possession in his own end. Hoping to recoil back in his own end. Turns around back in his own end to try and get something better. Up the wing, he keeps on going. Decides to get a little more space back here. Wants to get something regenerated, but from his own end of the ice. He'll move on in his own end. In their own end, moving it now. Pressing on with it in their own end. He's in his own end of the ice now, and what's up? To Tatar. Oh, and they've got a 2-on-1 here. Save.
Oh, the goalie was screened on that shot. You got to rely on your positioning to make that save.
Calgary's in control of the puck in their own end and readying an attack. Looking to headman or do anything to get it out of the defensive zone. Heads on to the corner. He retreats back with the puck. Moving on through the neutral zone. He's going to the net. Score!
When you go to the backhand and score like that, you got to make sure you roll your wrist.
Price thinks he has him, and as the deke is made, he doesn't get back to get his foot to the post. The puck sneaks in there.
Calgary's goal has built an even bigger lead. We're in the third period. For the opposition, at least that is fortunate. The Flames hopefully shifting from defense to offense in their own end.
Time of the goal.
And he continues through the neutral zone.
43 seconds.
Hoping to gain ground by giving up some now. A return back. And he skates it back to regroup. Right in front. Puck out in front. Moves to the corner. Forcing attention in deep. Glides across. Taken to the slot. Scooped up by Ennis. On through the corner. Cruises to the slot. To the slot. Nearing the final minute of regulation. Under siege needs to be gotten out. Washington's got possession in neutral ice. And it's driven back so they can make a change. Pressing on with it out of their own end. Looking for options through the neutral zone. It's a 3-on-2 as they move in. The puck is fielded now by Like. Pass attempt to Sutter. Trying to go to Alsner. Oh, you don't need the boards for one like that.
These plays happen a lot in the middle of the ice because there's a lot of traffic there.
Calgary's waiting back in their own end. Odd man rush 2-on-1. Decides the better of attacking, and so he'll just drop back. Took a look, didn't like what he saw, so he will circle back. Heads to the front. Skated on back. He can start some danger here. Steps between the circles. The game is over. Washington's got a lot of work to do.
Unacceptable. Forget the score, just the effort. Need to be much better in the future.